Hi, come on in.
Hi, I'm Christina, and I am a PR and marketing manager.
I'm Brian, and I am an engineer here in Elmira.
And we bought our first house using First Heritage.
So we found this house through a friend who was also my supervisor at the time. We had been through 20, 30 houses at that point, and we were kind of losing hope, so.
And it was really nice because the previous owner actually knew his family because he has a family member who had lived down on the street. We went to First Heritage and saw what we were approved for as well, because we had an idea of what we could afford based off of renting in the past, but mortgages are so different that we wanted to really solidify what we could really afford without overdoing it. I really wanted to make sure that we were going to have somebody local because we wanted to be able to work and be able to go to the office, talk to them, call them at normal business hours and not get a 1-800 number right away. And we were looking for someone who was really going to understand that we were first-time home buyers and that we were a little confused at what we were doing because, you know, our parents had been off the market for so long that we wanted someone who could really help guide us. And we had heard about First Heritage being so helpful, as his sister actually had just bought a house right before we were looking, and she went through First Heritage and told us all of the great qualities of specifically Peter, that he was really great. And that's what I was really looking for. Would you agree?
Yeah. My sister gave me Peter's contact info, and actually we reached out to him, and Peter actually sat down, went through the numbers with us. We talked to him almost daily. Then he explained every step and each time marker you hit through the home buying process too.
He really made it feel like we weren't doing as much work. Like, we were told how much work this was going to be, and he took such a weight off of our shoulders and just made it more of a fun home buying process that you hear about, that it wasn't as stressful. And it was so nice knowing we had somebody else helping us and not just feeling like we had to fight for ourselves, that he was there to help push the thing along, and that he got us 2 weeks ahead because we were like, oh my gosh, we gotta get packing. It made me really happy because it was crazy how I went from no home to home. As soon as we chose First Heritage for our mortgage, we just found it was gonna be easier overall to just switch all of our banking over because it made it easy for us to pay our mortgage, but also Peter also then went to explain how great the savings and checking program was with them, and it was just so easy. The mobile app is so easy to navigate too. I've had so many different banks with mobile apps in the past, and First Heritage is probably the first one where I found consistency with it, truly.
Yeah. And
that even if I have trouble with something, I know that I can just go right over the First Heritage, and they're so friendly. I really truly never had a bad experience with them before because everyone is just so friendly there. I would just say that in terms of when it comes to being a first-time home buyer, or just in general, that I recommend working with First Heritage, and it's Peter, and I'm sure that there's so many other people at First Heritage that are great to work with, but especially we're in our mid to late 20s, and it's kind of scary going into that at a younger age, and not everyone around you is buying houses yet. You can actually go in person, or you can actually call and not be talking to a robot. It was so comforting, and actually really being able to see all of the numbers laid out and understand that somebody actually is in your corner and not just after your money is so nice. So I can't really recommend First Heritage more. I'm excited to recommend it to everyone. I love recommending First Heritage to everyone. So. First Heritage is my credit union.